The roar of 80,000 fans shook the stadium. "Aria, Aria, Aria!" The giant screens flashed her face while fireworks painted the night, sky in gold and silver. Backstage, Aria Moon stood in front of a mirror, staring at her reflection. To the world, she was perfect. The world's biggest singer, an award-winning actress, the queen of the entertainment industry. But the dark circles under her eyes told a different story. For weeks, something had felt wrong. Her manager Ryan had become distant. Her best friend Stella kept taking mysterious phone calls and leaving the room whenever Aria entered. Even her own company seemed to be hiding things from her. A knock came at the door. 5 minutes until showtime, a staff member announced. Aria forced a smile. "Thank you." The staff member left. As soon as the door closed, her phone buzzed. One notification, then another, then dozens. Her smile disappeared. "What is this?" She opened social media. Her heart nearly stopped. Every trending topic contained her name. Aria Moon exposed, or Aria scandal. Boycott Aria Moon. Her hands trembled as she clicked one of the articles. A video appeared. It showed her apparently insulting fans and accepting illegal payments from a producer. The footage looked real, terrifyingly real, but Aria knew it was fake. She had never said those things. She had never taken those payments. Someone had created the video. Someone wanted to destroy her. Another notification appeared, then another, then another. Major brands were announcing they were ending partnerships with her. Sponsors were withdrawing support. News channels were covering the story live. Years of work were collapsing in minutes. "No," Aria whispered. "This can't be happening." The dressing room door opened. Ryan rushed inside. His face looked concerned. Too concerned. "Aria, don't panic," he said. "We can handle this." For some reason, his words felt rehearsed, like he had practiced them. Behind him stood Stella. Her eyes looked red as if she had been crying. But Aria noticed something strange. A tiny smile, gone in an instant. So small most people would have missed it. But Aria saw it. A chill ran down her spine. "Did either of you know about this?" Aria asked. Ryan immediately shook his head. "Of course not." Stella grabbed her hand. "We're your friends. We'd never hurt you." "Friends?" The words suddenly sounded hollow. Before Aria could respond, another staff member burst into the room. "The audience knows." "What?" "The story is all over the stadium." Aria's stomach dropped. The concert was starting in minutes, and the entire world believed she was a criminal. The speakers outside boomed. "Ladies and gentlemen," the crowd screamed. It was time. Ryan squeezed her shoulder. "You have to go out there." Aria wanted to run. She wanted to hide. She wanted to wake up from this nightmare, but she had spent her entire life fighting for this stage. So she took a deep breath and walked toward the light. The moment she stepped onto the stage, she knew something was wrong. The energy had changed. Some fans still cheered. Many didn't. Others held up phones displaying the scandal headlines. A few even booed. The sound cut deeper than any knife. Aria stood frozen under the spotlight. Millions were watching live. The entire world was judging her. Tears threatened to form, but she swallowed them. The music began. She started singing. For a few minutes, she forgot everything. The scandal, the betrayal, the fear. She simply sang, the way she always had. Then she noticed movement above her. A loud metallic crack echoed through the stadium. The audience gasped. Aria looked up. Her blood turned cold. A massive lighting rig was breaking apart. Steel cables snapped one by one. The structure tilted. Directly above her. People screamed. Security shouted. Everything seemed to move in slow motion. Aria tried to run, but her foot caught on a loose cable. She fell. The giant structure came crashing down. The last thing she saw was Ryan and Stella standing backstage. Watching. Not shocked. Not horrified. Watching. As if they had expected this. As if they had been waiting for it. Then darkness swallowed everything. And Aria Moon died. Or at least, she thought she did. Darkness. Silence. Then, "Miss Moon, wake up! You're going to be late." Aria's eyes flew open. She sat upright, gasping for air. Her heart pounded wildly. The stage. The falling lights. The screaming crowd. Ryan. Stella. The memories felt so real. Aria touched her face. She was alive. Slowly, she looked around. The room was unfamiliar. No luxury penthouse. No awards. No gold records on the wall. Just a small apartment she hadn't seen in years. What happened? A knock came at the door. "Arya, the audition starts in 2 hours." The voice belonged to Mia, her old assistant. Arya froze. Mia had left her team years ago. Why was she here? Confused, Arya grabbed her phone. The date appeared on the screen. Her breath stopped. 5 years earlier. The phone slipped from her hand. No. She picked it up again. The same date. The same year. The day before her first major movie audition. The day her rise to fame began. Her hands trembled. She rushed to the mirror. The reflection staring back was younger, healthier, hopeful. The 22-year-old Arya Moon, not the 27-year-old superstar who had died. Tears filled her eyes. It wasn't a dream. She remembered everything. Every award, every concert, every betrayal, every lie, and her death. Somehow she had returned to the past. A second chance, a new beginning. A cold smile slowly appeared. Ryan thought he could steal her fortune. Stella thought she could destroy her career. But this time Arya knew the future. This time she knew every trap, every enemy, every mistake. This life will be different. She opened her laptop. The first thing she searched was Ryan's name. Exactly as she remembered, a small-time manager looking for young talent. In 3 months he would contact her. In 1 year he would become her manager. In 5 years he would betray her. Not anymore. Arya opened another file. Stella's profile, an aspiring actress. The future best friend who would stab her in the back. Arya closed the laptop. Never again. A few hours later, she arrived at the audition. The waiting room was packed. Hundreds of hopeful actors sat nervously holding scripts. In her first life, Arya had been terrified. Today she wasn't. She already knew the script. She had acted in dozens of movies. She had performed in front of millions. This audition was nothing. One by one, contestants entered. One by one, they left. Finally, Arya Moon. Her turn. She stepped into the room. 5 judges sat behind a table. The director looked tired. "Whenever you're ready." Arya nodded. Then she began. The room became silent. Every emotion, every line, every expression. Years of experience flowed naturally. The judges stared. The director slowly sat forward. No one interrupted. No one looked away. When she finished, the room remained silent. Then, the director stood. Outstanding. Another judge nodded. A star? A third smiled. You've got the role. Arya felt tears forming. In her previous life, she had struggled for years. Now she had earned the lead role in a single afternoon. The future was already changing. As she left the building, the sunset painted the sky gold. For the first time since her death, she felt hope. But she also knew something else. Ryan and Stella were still out there, waiting, planning, unaware that their future victim had returned. And Arya intended to make them regret everything. 3 months later, Arya Moon's career was exploding. The movie she had auditioned for became a massive success. Her face appeared on billboards, magazine covers, television interviews. For the first time in her second life, everything seemed perfect. But Arya knew better. She knew exactly what was coming. Ryan, in her previous life, this was the month he approached her. The month she trusted him. The month her downfall truly began. One afternoon, Arya arrived at a luxury hotel for a business meeting. As soon as she entered the private room, she saw him. Ryan Carter. Young, confident, dangerously charming. The same smile. The same suit. The same eyes. The man who had destroyed her life. For a brief moment, memories flashed before her. The fake scandal. The lies. The collapsing stage. Her death. Arya clenched her fist beneath the table. Ryan smiled warmly. "Miss Moon, it's an honor to finally meet you." Arya forced herself to smile. "The honor is mine." Inside, she wanted to throw him out the window. Ryan slid a contract across the table. "I believe you're destined for global success. With the right manager. Someone who understands the industry. Someone who understands how to steal from me," Arya thought. But she nodded politely. Ryan continued. "I can make you the biggest star in the world. You'll never have to worry about anything." Those were the exact words he had used in her first life. Word for word. Arya almost laughed. This man really thought she was the same naive girl. That night, she called the best lawyer she could find and hired a private investigator. For weeks, they quietly monitored Ryan. Every email, every meeting, every hidden bank account. Arya waited patiently. She knew he would make a mistake. He always did. The opportunity arrived sooner than expected. One evening, the investigator called. "We found something." Arya immediately drove to the office. The investigator handed her a thick file. Inside were copies of secret contracts, fake companies, offshore accounts, evidence that Ryan had been stealing money from multiple celebrities for years. Arya's eyes narrowed. This was even bigger than she expected. In her previous life, she had discovered this far too late. Now she held proof before he could touch a single dollar of hers. A week later, Ryan invited her to another meeting. He looked confident. Too confident. He placed a contract on the table. "Just sign here. This partnership will secure your future." Arya slowly opened the document. Exactly as she remembered. Hidden deep within the contract was a clause giving Ryan control over nearly all her earnings. The same clause she had missed in her first life. The same clause that allowed him to steal millions. Ryan smiled. "Everything look good?" Arya smiled back. "Perfect." Ryan relaxed. Then Arya pulled another folder from her bag. His smile vanished. "What is that?" Arya slid the folder across the table. Ryan opened it. His face turned white. Evidence. Bank transfers. Fake companies. Secret payments. Every crime. Every lie. Every theft. "How?" Ryan whispered. Arya leaned forward. "You should have been more careful." For the first time, Ryan looked afraid. Real fear. The fear she had felt for years. The fear he deserved. 2 days later, the story exploded. News channels covered it nonstop. Celebrities came forward with accusations. Police launched investigations. Ryan was arrested. His career ended overnight. The man who once controlled stars became the biggest scandal in entertainment. That evening, Arya stood on her balcony overlooking the city lights. For the first time since her rebirth, she felt something strange. Relief. She had changed the future. Ryan was gone. But another enemy remained. Stella. And unlike Ryan, Stella was much closer than anyone realized. Arya looked toward the city skyline and whispered. Ryan was gone. The biggest threat from Arya's previous life had fallen, but Arya knew her battle wasn't over, because another enemy was still smiling beside her. Stella, the woman who once called herself Arya's best friend. Months passed. Arya's fame continued growing. Her new movie became a worldwide hit. Her latest song reached #1. Fans loved her more than ever, and just as before, Stella appeared. "Congratulations." Stella hugged her at an awards ceremony. "You deserve all of this." Anyone watching would think they were close friends. But Arya felt nothing, only caution. In her previous life, Stella had slowly gained her trust. She attended every party, every movie premiere, every vacation. Then she sold Arya's secrets to reporters and helped Ryan destroy her. This time Arya was ready. Instead of pushing Stella away, Arya did something unexpected. She let Stella get close, very close, just close enough to reveal her true colors. Over the next few months, Arya quietly tested her. At a private dinner, she casually mentioned she was considering a role in a fantasy movie. The next morning, the rumor appeared online. At another event, she mentioned a possible concert tour. Within hours, entertainment blogs reported it. Every fake secret Arya shared somehow reached the media, exactly as she expected. One night, Arya met with her private investigator. The investigator placed photographs on the table. Bank transfers, phone records, messages, evidence. Lots of evidence. Stella had been secretly selling celebrity information for years. Not only Arya's, many stars, many careers, many betrayals. Arya stared at the photos. Even knowing the truth already, it still hurt. She had once considered Stella family. The perfect opportunity arrived during the Golden Star Awards, the most important entertainment event of the year. Hundreds of celebrities attended. Millions watched live. Stella walked the red carpet smiling confidently. She believed she had won. She believed nobody knew. Halfway through the ceremony, the giant screen suddenly changed. The audience looked up, confused, then shocked. Documents appeared. Bank transfers, messages, photos, evidence. The entire hall fell silent. Whispers spread everywhere. People began looking at Stella, then moving away from her. Stella's face turned pale. No. She stood up. This isn't real. But nobody believed her. Not this time. The evidence was overwhelming. Reporters rushed outside. News channels interrupted broadcasts. Social media exploded. Within minutes, Stella's name became the #1 trend worldwide. After the ceremony ended, Stella found Arya standing alone on a balcony overlooking the city. Tears streamed down Stella's face. "You did this." Arya calmly looked at her. "You betrayed me." "I never betrayed you," Stella shouted. Arya laughed softly. Stella shouted. Arya laughed softly. The same laugh Stella had heard many years ago. Before everything changed, before the lies, before the betrayal. Arya stepped closer. "For years you sold people's trust. You sold friendships. You sold loyalty. And now you're paying the price." Stella's eyes widened. For the first time, she looked truly afraid. "How do you know all this?" Arya smiled. A mysterious smile, one Stella would never understand. The next morning, Stella lost everything. Her sponsors canceled contracts. Her agency dropped her. Her reputation collapsed. The woman who had once helped destroy Arya's future was gone, just like Ryan. That night, Arya stood alone in her penthouse. The city lights sparkled below. 2 enemies had fallen. The future was changing more and more. But one memory still haunted her. The stage collapse, the concert, her death. The date was getting closer. And somewhere out there, the person responsible was still hiding. Arya looked at the night sky. "I'll find you, no matter what." The day was finally here. The date Arya feared most. The date she had died in her previous life. Tonight was the opening concert of her world tour. The same stadium, the same stage, the same event. The event that should have ended her life. For weeks, Arya couldn't sleep. Every night she dreamed of the falling lights, the screams, the darkness, her death. Something still didn't make sense. Ryan was gone. Stella was gone. Yet the stage collapse had still been scheduled to happen. Someone else had been involved. Someone hidden, someone she hadn't discovered yet. 3 days before the concert, Arya secretly hired a security company. She wanted every corner of the stadium monitored, every worker checked, every piece of equipment inspected. She wasn't taking any chances. The night before the concert, one of the security officers rushed into her office. "Miss Moon, we found something." Arya immediately stood. "What is it?" The officer placed a tablet on the desk. Security footage appeared. A man wearing a maintenance uniform entered the stadium after midnight. He moved directly toward the main lighting system. Then he began cutting support cables. Arya's blood ran cold. The same cables, the ones that had fallen on her. "Who is he?" Arya asked. The officer's expression darkened. "We identified him. He wasn't working alone." Arya's heart pounded. "Show me." The officer handed her another file. Inside was a photograph. The moment Arya saw it, she froze. No, it couldn't be. Yet there it was. The truth. The final betrayal. The man behind everything wasn't Ryan or Stella. It was Victor Hale, the CEO of Titan Entertainment, the company president who had controlled her career from the shadows. Years ago, Arya had refused to sign an exclusive lifetime contract with Titan Entertainment. Victor never forgave her. Ryan and Stella had only been pieces on his chessboard. Victor had been the real mastermind all along. Arya sat in silence. Everything finally made sense. The fake scandals, the media attacks, the financial manipulation, the stage accident. Victor had planned it all. Not because he hated her, because he wanted control, and Arya refused to obey. The next evening, Victor invited her to a private meeting. He had no idea she knew the truth. As soon as Arya entered his office, he smiled. "Congratulations on your world tour." His voice was calm, friendly, fake. Arya smiled back. "Thank you." Victor poured 2 glasses of wine. "After tomorrow's concert, you'll become even bigger. Perhaps we should discuss working together." Arya stared directly into his eyes. "Like Ryan?" Victor's hand froze. For a fraction of a second. A tiny mistake. But Arya saw it. Victor laughed. "I don't know what you mean." Arya slid a folder across the desk. Security footage, financial records, witness statements, every piece of evidence. Victor opened it. The color drained from his face. For the first time, the powerful CEO looked afraid. "How did you get this?" Arya stood. The same question Ryan had asked. The same fear, the same defeat. "People always underestimate me." Victor's hands trembled. "You can't prove anything." Arya smiled. "I already did." The following morning, the evidence was released publicly. The entertainment industry exploded. News channels covered the scandal nonstop. Titan Entertainment's stock collapsed. Police launched investigations. Executives resigned. and Victor Hale was arrested before the concert even began. Hours later, Aria stood backstage. The concert was about to start. The same concert, the same stadium, the same night she had died before. Engineers had already removed the sabotaged lighting system. No one would die tonight. Not her. Not anyone. As the crowd chanted her name, Aria looked up at the stage lights. This time they stayed still. Safe. Secure. For the first time since her rebirth, she felt peace. Her enemies were gone. The truth was exposed. And fate had finally changed. But one final challenge remained. The concert itself. The moment where her old life ended, and her new life truly began. The lights came on. The crowd erupted. Aria! 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 More than 100,000 fans filled the stadium. Their voices shook the entire arena. Aria stood backstage, gripping her microphone. For a moment, she couldn't move. This was it. The exact moment where her first life had ended. The exact stage where she had died. The exact concert she never finished. But tonight was different. Ryan was gone. Stella was gone. Victor was behind bars. No one was waiting to destroy her. No one was waiting for her to fail. For the first time in years, she was free. Miss Moon. Her assistant smiled. It's time. Aria took a deep breath, then stepped into the light. The stadium exploded with cheers. Fans waved glowing light sticks. Fireworks illuminated the night sky. Tears filled Aria's eyes. Not from sadness, from gratitude. She was alive. The music started. Her first song echoed through the arena. The audience sang every word. Thousands of voices became one. Aria smiled. In her previous life, she had stood on this stage alone. Now she realized she never had been. Her fans had always believed in her. Halfway through the concert, the giant screen behind her changed. A montage appeared. Her journey, her movies, her songs, her memories. The crowd cheered louder. Then a final message appeared. Thank you for never giving up. Aria froze. The audience had prepared it for her. Fans from around the world had created the video. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Thank you, she whispered. The microphone carried her words throughout the stadium. You stayed with me. When I was afraid, you gave me courage. When I wanted to give up, you gave me hope. The crowd erupted again. Many fans were crying too. As the final song began, thousands of lights filled the darkness like stars. Aria looked up. 5 years ago, she had been given a second chance. A miracle. A rebirth. Not to seek revenge, but to learn how precious life truly was. The revenge had ended. Now her future could finally begin. After the concert ended, Aria remained alone on the stage. The stadium was empty. The lights were fading. She looked around quietly. In her first life, this place had become her grave. Tonight it became her victory. Suddenly a voice called out, Miss Moon? She turned. A young actor stood backstage, nervous, holding flowers. His face looked familiar. In her previous life, they had never met, because she had died before their paths crossed. I just wanted to say, you inspired me to become an actor. The young man handed her the flowers. Aria smiled, a genuine smile. Perhaps fate wasn't finished with her after all. Perhaps new chapters still waited ahead. As she walked out of the stadium, the sun began rising over the city. A brand new day, a brand new future. Aria looked toward the horizon and smiled. The past was finally behind her, and this time, her story was only beginning.